What do you think part of the problem is for people to meet others?
I don't know. People are so childish and just so people randomly ghosting me.
I think it's the lack of effort and lack of making an actual plan.
Do you have any like dating horror stories?
I feel like I do, but I probably suppress them out of my head.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your age and current relationship status?
I'm 34 and I have a boyfriend.
21, single.
23 in a relationship.
In a relationship? Okay.
19. It's complicated. 22 in a relationship.
I'm single and I'm 24.
I'm 23, and it's an interesting conundrum. That's all I'll say.
33 and single.
I am 31 and I am single.
I guess just to start off, since you're single, are you using dating apps to try to find anyone, or are you currently dating in general?
I'm dating around. I just re-downloaded Hinge because I was curious just to see what it was like to have it, because I hadn't had it in a couple years. So I re-downloaded it and I barely get on it, truthfully.
Do you use dating apps?
I used to, but not no more. No.
You used to? Okay.
It's not worth it.
Not worth it? Yeah.
It's not worth
You're
it.
you're not alone.
No, I've never been on a dating app.
Never. Okay. Why was that?
I just prefer to like meet people in person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in the past, yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like, did you have a bad experience with them, or?
No, just not really like working out, just kind of got over flipping back and forth, so just kind of deleted them.
I did like probably a couple years ago and then just stopped.
What was your overall experience with them?
They were okay. I just didn't really feel like a lot of people are just looking to like chat, not really connect. Just felt like they were looking more for like a pen pal than really to like meet up and meet new people. But
I've only used Hinge, and like honestly, I was like just having like a bunch of like bad experiences, like people randomly ghosting me
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But yeah, I like to be like very upfront about what I'm looking for. Like, I don't want anything casual. So like
Right.
if I'm in a dating app or something and I like let the other person know that I also like want something serious and they randomly disappear, like that's not cool. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been okay for me, but also, I mean, I have certain advantages. I'm allegedly 6'2", depending on the shoes I'm wearing. I mean, I think things are definitely tipped in favor of certain types of people. I mean, more attractive people have more success on dating apps. That's just the way of the world. And it's unfortunate because if you're just leading with appearance, yeah, it kind of skews the scales in terms of like how cool some people are and whatnot.
I don't think dating apps are for me because I don't know. I don't see myself going into them, but from a person that is in the outside and see people using it like constantly and seeing the propaganda about it, I think it's giving it a boost to like modern dating. So I don't see it like as a bad thing.
I have to be like mentally stimulated and physically attracted, and dating apps are pretty, you just get the vibe of just what they look like, and I don't really think that that's like the best way to judge it. I've never really met someone that is like super special on a dating app, like it's everybody that I've ever dated is like in person, so I don't know, it's I think a personal experience to have face to face.
People can come off as one way, like through a screen, than they do in person, differently, for sure.
So did you go on some dates from them and not have a great experience?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you're not the first person to tell me that. What do you think about meeting people in person? Is it challenging, or do you go out of your way to try to meet more people in person? Or?
I feel like it's challenging just based off like the culture that we live in right now, but it could go either way. You could have a good experience. I've met, great people out in person, but it just hasn't always worked out. So it's kind of hit or miss.
I would much rather have an organic interaction start to finish. Obviously, like, you're out and you see somebody and you're like, oh, hey, I can maybe think of something to say to this person that's not based off of, one of 3 pictures I have available to me. You're in person, you get a whole 3D scan, Not saying that technology people should copy that. I think we should just try to facilitate more in-person dating.
So my long-term ex-girlfriend, we were coworkers. So I think that we were friends for like a year and then we started dating. And then, I don't know, I've tried dating apps and it just doesn't last too long. Like everyone else just doesn't last long. And then my other ex-girlfriend I had, we met, she worked with me as well. So I don't know, I've just met people out and about. I don't know, just talk to people, it's easier to talk to someone than people realize, you know.
I don't know. I like to just like even connect like at the grocery store or something. Like if you're just like in the same aisle as someone, you're waiting in line. I like to have conversations with people. So just asking how I don't know, just putting yourself out there a little bit more. And we all put in our AirPods when we're walking around. So just
I had to stop you with your
I know
AirPods
you
in.
did. And I stopped.
Yeah.
I stopped because you stopped me. Yeah, I think just being a little bit more open instead of just kind of closed off to your surroundings.
Do you feel like men still approach? Like, do you guys get approached or ask for your numbers? Does that still happen?
Yes, but only whenever, well, not only, but like mostly whenever you're out, like when everyone's.
Okay, out at late night or bars or
Yeah.
whatever. Do you try to meet women in person? Do you cold approach women, or what does that look like for you?
Typically, you just try to be a human first. I'm not saying I'm always like spiritually locked in like that, but it's good to just be present and talk to people.
If a man sees a woman he might be interested in, should he go up to her and strike up a conversation, try to get her number, or?
I mean, yeah, I don't see a problem with that. And if anything, like then they'd go up to someone and they'd be taken or, already with someone. So they just say that and then, it's just like a miss or whatever. But I mean, I don't think people should be afraid to go up to someone that they find attractive for sure.
Do you think there's anything that men can do specifically? You hear a lot of younger men complaining about not being able to get dates. Part of the problem is what you alluded to earlier with, physical appearance being judged so quickly. Is there anything that men can do to maybe help the dating scene right now?
Be honest about how much you've contributed to the problem. Like, I think guys, they want to be with somebody who doesn't reflect the world that they've been living in. But I think if you put a certain energy out, you're gonna get a certain energy back. You can't expect somebody who's more fully formed than you, who's healthier than you. Like, it's always a trade-off. But yeah, it's good to find somebody to grow together.
I mean, just be transparent and communicate. Those are like the biggest things I feel like for me. What I look for is just that you're upfront and honest about where your head's at or what you're kind of like, what your dating scene looks like for yourself also. If you're seeing other people or just being exclusive with one person.
I don't know. People are so childish and just so caught up in social media. People don't want to live their real true self. So be yourself.
Like she said, their intentions are not fully like transparent what they
Right.
say. So maybe they say like, oh, I want something, exclusive. And by the end of the relationship you guys create, a situationship, whatever, you find out that it's not like that.
Yeah.
So it's more like constant to find guys that say like, oh, I want this, but they just want something casual.
Right.
So I think that's a big red flag
Yeah.
for me.
I feel like the content that they might consume, like it might also affect the way that they approach relationships. Like for instance, all of this stuff with the manosphere and everything.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it also impacts because I also date men, so like I've seen some stuff.
I'm gonna flip the question on you. Is there anything women can do to help the dating landscape right now?
I mean, I would say the same thing, like just be transparent, communicate. But I think women could definitely be a little bit more outgoing too. I don't think it's necessarily just on the guy to make all the moves, but I feel like a lot of times that's how it's seen and perceived is that the guy has to make all the moves, but a woman could do it too.
I don't really know. I feel like both genders could do a better job, but I think it starts with when you guys connect on the app, you have to connect with the intention of, okay, we're taking this off the app as soon as possible so that we can meet and not just waste a bunch of time talking about random stuff.
Now, what about dating for the gay or queer community? Are there any glaring differences that you've noticed?
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of friends that throw queer events in the city. So I like to immerse myself with people that are like me. So it's also easier. It's a smaller niche community probably compared to what heterosexual people are used to doing, where they're just there's so many options, there's so many people out, But in our niche community, it's a lot easier to find someone because it's a smaller pond, I guess.
Why aren't people meeting each other anymore?
I think it's the lack of effort and lack of making an actual plan. Some of the verbiage in planning dates and stuff is oh, I should be able to make this work. This time could probably be okay. It's always should, or kind of ambiguous language instead of just being okay, I made a reservation for 7 p.m. on Thursday. I'm going to see you at this time. I'm going to be here at 6:45, confirming the day of. there's just no real like care in it. I feel like people are just like, well, we're young, this is what we're supposed to do, and no one really cares. Everyone just kind of wants to hook up.
Any other thoughts, good, bad, or otherwise about dating right now?
I guess just keep your eyes open, keep your options open. Honestly, have your head right and where you trying to go at,
Right.
And the whole dating scene. Because I guess people's point of view of dating is different.
I had like a really bad experience at first, but then I ended up finding this person, and
Right.
I just want to say like if someone is watching and is like experiencing the same thing, like there's always someone out there that might it might work out. So like just like keep looking for it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you just got to believe in yourself and get right with God and just figure your shit out, and good things will come. You know?
I think this is good. I think just like the open conversation is good, and I feel like everyone feels the same way. Like, hey, this sucks. Can we like do something different? But no one really knows what to do. So I think conversations are good.
I think people overthink it, and because I've done that too. I'm not perfect, so I've done that too. But then I have to catch myself and like, okay, we're all in the same boat. You know, don't overthink it. Like it's something to just take as an experience and just be in the moment with that person. You know.